Okay. Hi. Okay, so I'm going to give a few moments for people to join us. Hope everyone is having a great day. Okay, so I see people are starting to come in now. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Or me. I guess I should say thank you for joining me. Okay, so I hope everyone has been having an amazing day and a really good start to their week. I am back for the third installment of Heckscher at Home. So once again, just to introduce myself while people are still coming through, my name is Lisa Sayedi and I work at the Heckscher Museum of Art, and this is Heckscher at Home, the Kids Edition. So every week I'm going to be talking about a work of art from the museum's collection, and then I'm going to be showing you guys what art project we're going to be doing that's inspired by that work of art. So I think every week it just keeps getting better and better, and I'm excited to share with you guys what I have prepared for you today. So without further ado, now that some people are coming in, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the work of art that we will be focusing on. So I have it again here. I have I cannot be without my handy dandy iPad. Okay, hello Christina. Hi Jess. Hi Declan. Thank you for bringing your Easter eggs with you. Very good. Okay, so I hope you're really excited to see what today's artwork is going to be. And if you guys could give me a countdown, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so like I always do, I'm going to bring that up nice and close. And please do let me know if it's difficult to see. A little bit of a glare. Is that okay for you guys? All right. So this here is a beautiful painting from the museum's collection. And I want us, like always, to make some observations about what we're seeing here. So if you're looking at this, what would you say is the main focus of the painting? What did the artist create? All right, and let's see what some of our people are saying here. Okay, so like some people mentioned, we have a circus tent. So if you guys look around it, are there lots of people going around? How can you tell that this is on, that it's about to happen, the performances at the circus? Okay, so we see a lot of people that are moving towards the opening of the circus tent. So if you guys look around the circus tent and in the background, would you guys say that it looks like it's daytime or nighttime? And how can we tell? Okay, so let me look through our comments here. All right, thank you. So Declan added that he can see a lot of people moving towards the tent. Very good. So if we look at the background, it's really dark around the tent, meaning that it's actually nighttime right now. So because it's dark and we can see all of those stars in the background of the night sky, we have a big difference between the dark of the nighttime and the light that's being created by the tent. So when we have a big difference between dark and light, we call that contrast. So this painting has a lot of contrast between the background and the tent, which is the focus of the painting. So our eye, as we're looking at it, really gets drawn to the opening of the tent where that doorway is, and we can see that's where all of the people are focused as well. So we're immediately drawn in, and I don't know about you guys, but it kind of makes me feel like I want to go inside and see what's going on as well. Have any of you guys ever been to a circus? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've actually ever been to one myself, but I've always wanted to. It was like a childhood dream of mine. So we have lots of details going on here. And so when I say details, we're talking about the little things in a work of art that make up a bigger picture. And if you guys see in this painting, we have lots of little tiny details that are creating a lot of fun things for us to look at. So the title of this painting is Circus Tent by George Lukes. And I'm actually going to bring this a little away now. So it's called Circus Tent by George Lukes, if you were just joining us right now. Hi, Joy. Hi, Neely. Very good to have you guys. Oh, so some people were saying that they also haven't been to a circus, so I definitely feel you on that one. I have not been either. So since that is going to be our painting that we're using as our inspiration for today's project, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I have created. So if you knew that this was going to happen today, you might have seen a show what the art project is going to be, but if you haven't, I'm going to show you right now. Without further ado, I'm very proud of this one. I really like how it came out. Let me know if you guys like it too. Okay, so this is the outside of my tent. So when we normally think of a circus tent, I know that the one we saw with George Luke's was plain on the outside. I'm going to show you guys again just so we all know what we're talking about. Okay, so if you look at the painting, on the outside, it just looks like it's this beige color. But normally when we think of a circus tent, it has that very iconic pattern on the outside, and it's the red and white stripes. So whenever we talk about pattern, what that means is we're looking at something where it's a series of things that gets repeated over and over again. So it could be stripes like red, white, or a pattern could even be numbers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or it could be star, heart, star, heart. So there's a lot of different patterns that can be created. So when I was doing my project, I wanted to do something that I really enjoyed. So if you do know me, you know that my favorite color in the entire world is pink. So I really wanted to make that the base of my design for the outside of my tent. But remember, because everybody's making their own and making it really unique, I want you guys to focus on what you like and think of some colors that you would want to use for the pattern on the outside of your tent. Okay, so I made up this really fun triangle pattern, and now that I'm looking at it a bit more, it kind of reminds me of an hourglass. What do you guys think? If you were just looking at this shape right here, or it reminds me of hourglasses with the sand coming down on all of them. Oh, nice. Okay, so some people are adding in their own kind of patterns. I see Declan mentioned that we can have red, yellow, very good. Ooh, and someone suggested maybe using different shades of blue. I'm gonna guess that that's your favorite color. So what I did to achieve this was I used very simple materials like we always do. So I'm gonna talk about what I used to create this. So all you need is one white piece of paper, and remember, it can be any size that you would like. The bigger the piece of paper, the bigger your tent is going to be, and the smaller it is, the smaller your tent will be. So it's all up to you and what size you decide to use. So paper, and then have my handy dandy pencil, as every artist does. Some scissors, and remember, if you are younger, make sure you have a parent with you or somebody watching over while you use your scissors. And eraser in case I make any kind of mistakes, and coloring materials. So when I was doing my tent, I used markers, but of course you guys can use whatever you have at home. So that can be crayons, colored pencils, markers like I did, Sharpies, whatever you have laying around in your house. So I started off by using my pencil, and I created my design using my pencil in my hand. And then after that, I re-outlined everything with a black marker, and then I colored everything in with my design that I chose. So if you don't have a black marker, or if you don't want to outline and do that step, remember, you don't have to do that at all. It is up to you to make your tent however way you wish. So I also remembered to create a doorway so people would be able to enter my tent. So I didn't do this, and I kind of wish I did now looking back at it, but it would be really great, and I highly recommend you guys to create a name for your circus. So if I could go back and give myself a name now, I would probably either say Lisa's Fabulous Circus, or if you don't want to use your name, you can come up with something really cool, like, I don't know, the Unicorn Palace, or the ice cream circus, and they could have tons of ice cream, and that's what people eat here. So it is up to you to come up with your own rules and what you want your circus to be all about. And lastly, if I could come up with one more detail, if you guys wanted to add for fun, it would be a nice little flag on the outside part, so it's like blowing in the wind, and maybe you could even put your title on the flag as well. Okay, somebody said this reminds them of Starburst, and now I'm kind of craving one, so thank you. All right, so without further ado, that was the outside, and I'm going to show you guys now how you would actually make this tent. So it's also cool because it opens up, and I'm going to wait to show you guys the inside. So with your piece of paper, you're going to hold it so the wide side is in front of you, and you're going to fold it so that the two edges meet in the middle. So all you're gonna do is eyeball it to make sure the two sides are about even. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this first. Okay, so easy peasy. All I did was create two folds, and now my paper opens up. So what we have to do now is you're going to take your pencil, and you need to create the shape of your tent. So think of it like as if the shape of a curtain that's pulled inwards, and I'm going to go ahead and outline that before I cut it to show you guys what the shape looks like. Okay. So very, very simple. If you guys see, that is what the top part of my outline looks like. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut it now. So fun fact, I'm a lefty. And if you are a lefty, you will know that most scissors are made for right-handed people. So I always have a somewhat hard time cutting. Okay, so you're gonna have these two extra pieces, and I'm just gonna set them aside. You can always use your scraps for other different projects or things that you have. I like to keep a box of my scraps. Okay, so now we have our tent shape. So this is what it looks like, and if you are ever unhappy, because remember you were eyeballing it, you can always cut it a little bit more or shape it however way you want that you're happy with. And just to put it next to my initial project, this is what it looks like. So you could tell that this one is slightly bigger than the first one that I did, and that's totally fine. So after I made the fold out and cut out my actual tent, you get to the fun part of actually designing. So you're gonna pick your very own pattern, and remember, it could be like a classic tent one with the red and white stripes, or you could make stars, or you could make hearts, you could make triangles like I did, or you could come up with something really, really unique on your own. So the fun part is that you get to do and make your tent look however way you want. Okay. So now I'm going to be showing you guys the inside. So of course, I think the outside looks pretty cool too. But when you really get to make your imagination run wild is thinking about what is going to be going on the inside. And I think that's the key part when we were looking at the original inspiration, which I will pull up for you guys one more time. So when you guys are looking at this original one here, we are only able to see the outside. And it always makes me think, when these people are lining up and going inside of the tent, what kind of performances are they going to be seeing? If you guys have ever been to a circus, what do you normally are really, really excited to see? Which performances are your favorite? Okay. Let me know what you guys think while I explain the next part. So since I've never been to a circus, I really had to do like a little bit of research and see what exactly we were working with here. And let me tell you, it made me want to go to a circus even more. So I'm going to show you guys what I decided to put inside. Ta-da! So this is what it looks like all the way out, and then I'm going to focus on each panel. So in the middle, I have a juggling monkey, and it's funny, after I made him, I think he actually looks a lot like Abu from Aladdin, which is one of my favorite Disney movies, by the way. So we have little Abu in the center, and I included a welcome sign as well. And then over here, we have an elephant that is really happy looking and trying to have a good balancing act over there. And then if you look on the other side, we have this really happy bunny, and there's a magic trick happening and coming out from the hat. And then on the top, I really wanted to make it look as fun and performance-like as possible. So I added red curtains and a bunch of stars because all of our performances are stars of the show. So if you look in the background, I also added lots of ribbons to make it super festive and colorful. And if there's any advice I can give you guys while you are doing this project, really add as many colors as possible. Try to fill in as much white space as you can and be super, super creative and imaginative with what you are going to be adding. So some other things that I thought of, but was not able to fit in my project this time, maybe I'll make another one and add them in, is you could have added a tightrope, you could have added a clown, we could have had more different animals. It is all up to what you guys decide to put in here. And while mine is focusing on all of these different acts that you can see at the circus, you could also even add the audience. So you could add people enjoying the show or interacting and include the audience in some type of way. So that was this week's project, again inspired by Circus Tent by the artist George Lukes. So I hope you guys enjoyed what I showed you here today. And remember that I do this almost every Tuesday, and I will be back next Tuesday as well. So thank you so much for joining me again at this installment of Heckscher at Home. I hope everyone is being safe, staying healthy, and I hope to see you guys all next week again. Thank you so much. And if you do this project, please share with us online on social media. I would love to see what you guys have created and see how different it is from what I've done. So remember, if you want to keep up to date with us, follow us on all of our social medias, and I'll see you guys again next week. Thanks, guys. Have a good week. Bye.